Exploring the road less traveled is something that I love to do. Just to be able to drive as far as I can into one of America's most beautiful national forests is definitely something I take for granted sometimes. But I have come up with the solution to make things a little bit easier for myself in scenarios that I'll need a little bit more than just the bare minimum. My main goal is to be as comfortable as possible in the backcountry. And I'm living full time in my van and it's completely off grid. So by now, I think you guys are all aware that I'm not the best cook. And if you're new here, I'm not a good cook, okay? That's besides the point. I want to be comfortable while I'm off grid. That's the consensus of this video. I bought this. It's an air fryer, and it's one of these types where you put food inside and you press a button and it cooks. The issue is that this thing draws a lot of power. Here, I'll show you. That just started, okay. Let's turn that off. My 2000 watt power inverter tripped and maybe less than a minute into me running this air fryer, which is extremely unfortunate. This right here is my current battery setup. It's a couple years old. It's 125 amp hour. It's a closed cell AGM, deep cycle, whatever. I'm not exactly sure what the specs are, if I'm being completely honest with you. I got it on Amazon a couple years ago and it's never been perfect. I've got the fridge, which does fine, and I've got the diesel heater, which does just fine if it's just those two things on the battery. As soon as I go to plug my phone in, it'll charge, but I'll wake up and my battery monitor will be at like 9.8 volts. 9.8 volts is not good. So I reached out to my friends over at Renogy Solar and they sent me a Renogy Core Series Mini Deep Cycle Lithium Iron Phosphate Battery, coming in at 300 amp hours or 3,840 watt hours. This thing's a beast. Now they did send this out for free, I'll be completely honest, but they're not paying me any money, so I'm gonna give my full unbiased review on how this thing performs in the Vanagon. By the end of this video, I'm gonna have this permanently installed and running off my inverter with zero issues. What do you think my first meal should be? Pizza rolls? All right, before we do that, let's rip this thing out and put in this new battery. In my case, this process is fairly easy. All I need to do is remove my old battery and install this new battery. But I always forget how freaking heavy this thing is. It's the heaviest thing in the world. The weight difference between this battery and this 300 amp hour battery is ridiculous. This one, 55 pounds. It's a little heavy, but nowhere near as heavy as this 125 amp hour. I think this one was rated at like 90 pounds. And here's a size comparison between the 125 amp hour and the 300 amp hour. That weighs less. It's a little tiny bit bigger, but it's over double the capacity. I'm shocked how something so little could be so heavy. This unit is equipped with a battery management system that provides warnings and protections against overvoltage, undervoltage, overcurrent, short circuit, high temperature, and low temperature conditions. That means if I leave the van somewhere sitting in freezing temperatures, it won't charge and harm the battery. So I was able to get all the positives in here just fine. Everything reached. I know it doesn't look great. I do want to get like a shunt or whatever it's called, so all the wires could go on it and then just one wire go to the battery. But for now, this works. This is how I had it set up before on my other battery, so this is what I'm going with. The only issue is one of my negative wires does not reach from the solar charge controller to the negative on this, since this, both of the posts are on one side opposed to this post being on this side and then the other post being on this side. So I'm going to have to either extend this, or I was thinking it would just be easier to move this over 2 inches. Yeah, that would work. Alright, and just like that, now I'm able to run the wire all the way to the post. And we are good to go. And what this wire does, it allows me to monitor my battery just right here. It's a solar charge controller, so I could charge my battery through the solar panel on my roof. It's just a 100-watt solar panel, so maybe I'll need to upgrade. I'm glad that this battery came with 2 sets of screws to screw into the top post here. 2 are longer, and then the other 2 here are shorter, just in case you have just a single wire going to it, unlike me. Now, before I permanently install this air fryer into my van, I want to gain full access to my power inverter, so I'm not leaving it on 24/7 and draining unused power out of my battery. I'm going to install this on-off switch to my power inverter and mount this somewhere in the van. So I'm thinking I'll mount it right here. I'll have to cut a square somehow. I don't have the right power tools for the job, but I do have a drill and a little saw. So let's get this mounted. Are there easier ways to do this? Yeah, probably. But did I get it done, and does it look good? I'd say that looks pretty good. Now I just need to run this wire through the cabinets and to my power inverter. If my calculations are correct and I did everything right, I should be able to flip this switch and the inverter is on. And yes, I just spent like an hour cleaning out wood chips and wood shavings from the back of my van. But if I'm being honest, I'm sure I'm gonna be finding wood shavings throughout the van for the next couple of months. Luckily for me, waking up with a piece of wood in bed isn't something out of the ordinary. Now with the power inverter fully squared away and the battery installed, it's time to move on to building a shelf inside of where my fridge used to sit. The original Dometic fridges that sit inside this cabinet, they're terrible. I removed mine years ago, so it gives me plenty of room to store stuff, and now the air fryer. Now the time has finally come for me to permanently install this air fryer. I've managed to run a short extension cord from my power inverter through my cabinets and right here next to my water tank. It's an unused space, so I could store a bunch of wires in there and not have to worry about it. I currently have the air fryer on preheat and my laptop plugged in. I have the fridge plugged in and it's taking it. It's working. The inverter's on, running, it's charging the laptop and it's running the air fryer. I'm curious to see how long it goes for. I'm not exactly sure how to read this this monitor here, but it says I have 11.9 volts and I'm bringing in, I don't know, 1.7. I have no idea, but there's a smiley face. I also haven't charged this battery. That's probably something I should do. Okay, look at that. It's heated up to 400 degrees and then a timer started. It said add food, but I don't have any food to put in there right now. I'm just curious to see how long it'll go for. Now that it's done preheating, it's at 12.1 volts. I think the amperage it draws more amps when it's heating up, preheating, and then less when it just holds the temperature. I don't know how this thing works. Okay, I've had this thing running for 10 minutes now and it's still going. It just gave me an indication that I needed to turn the food. I don't know what it's cooking. It's not cooking anything. But just in case it's not safe to run this empty, I'm just going to stop. There it is. It's been running for 11 minutes and 0 issues. We're at 12.6 volts. This battery it's working. All right, well, I don't really feel like heading into town and resupplying on my food. I'm gonna have to start looking at meals to use my new air fryer. I'm just excited that I'm able to power everything with this new battery. I am stoked. Thank you again to Renogy for making this happen and helping me stay in the backcountry longer. If you would like to pick yourself up a battery just like this one or anything on the Renogy website, I'll leave a link in the description below and you get a little bit of a discount. The reason I chose to go with the Renogy system is not only because they check all the boxes. I mean, the battery alone is good for 5,000 cycles and it has a 5-year warranty, but it's just a good company. It's based right here in the US and they are a global company that specializes in off-grid use. And that's kind of what I'm going for, is to be completely self-sustained and be able to live off-grid. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next week. Under the willow tree, the last weekend of summer.